Valentine's Day. Let's talk about it. So there's a lot of astrological factors at play right now. Mercury is still retrograde and invisible as it's behind the sun, along with 6 planets in the same sign, all trying to get their point across, if you remember us talking about, right? And we still have that Saturn square Uranus aspect, culminating to a peak on the 17th, as we talked about in the last video. So remember, Saturn is that being which is old. It represents that which is traditional, authoritative, and limiting, versus Uranus, which is new, different, revolutionary, and wants to break free.
As you can clearly see, this is a tie as far as I'm concerned, and as far as many New Zealanders and Aotearoa is concerned. This is a tie. This is a tie to my people. This is a tie to the plight. This is a tie to the very reasons why we stand in this place to fight for our rights. So it's very difficult when I'm constantly made to feel like somebody I'm not. That is not part of my culture, ties, and it's forcing the indigenous peoples into wearing what I described as a colonial.
The revolutionary and the individual is just sick and tired of limitation. The energy of the individual and the revolutionary, it wants to speak out. It's had enough. There will be more events triggered like this coming. Now, if you're meeting new people this weekend or just throughout the week, and maybe conversations have happened this week and conversations will probably continue to happen next week, some of this could come into play. However, we're going to talk about Valentine's Day, and Valentine's Day this year will be like a breath of fresh air compared to some of these more tense moments that have happened and will continue to happen in February, which, if you remember in the last video, basically is the most difficult month of this year. The good news, by the way, is by the time Valentine's Day comes around, we'll be halfway through it. So, positive way of looking at it, right? Now, let's take a look at the energies at play this Valentine's Day and why I say it's going to be a good day for love. We've got the energy of Venus in alignment with the energy of Mercury, also in alignment with the energy of Jupiter. Very benefic, very positive. But before we talk about that, it's important we talk about what constellation the moon is on in the 14th, because the moon is how we generate our reality based on the input from our 5 senses, which as a result helps shape our subjective opinions, desires, and feelings. So let's talk about how people, generally speaking, are going to feel, think, and desire. In Sanskrit, the fixed star constellations are called nakshatra. And on the 14th, the moon is going to be in the nakshatra called Uttara Bhadrapada. Some of you are probably like, what did you just call me? Well, there's 2 stars in this nakshatra, and the English names of these, they're actually known as the constellation of Pegasus and the constellation of Andromeda. In modern astrology, they're called Gamma Pegasi and Alpha Andromedae. In Babylonian astrology, Pegasus, that constellation is known as Al-Ghanib, and Andromeda is known as Al-Firaz. So, why do we care? What is this energy going to bring? The word Uttara Bhadrapada actually translates to lucky feet or the 2 back legs of a bed. Valentine's Day and the symbolism of a bed. So this is a lucky nakshatra and really has more so to do actually with sleep, dreams, and the subconscious, the exit of this world. Kundalini awakenings can be seen or experienced under this type of energy. Those of you who enjoy substances that alter your states, especially liquid ones, because we're talking about the nakshatra transiting the moon, and the moon rules liquids and body fluids and, the tides of the ocean. Some of you guys will find that the moon is quite on your side when it comes to fading away from reality. Baby. On Valentine's Day. But those of you who are more sober, don't worry. Really, the simplest way to interpret this energy is that this is just a really good day to take a break, to rest, to take a nap, and to really get your imagination going. It's a very watery energy, specifically in terms of the hidden depths of the deep ocean is what this nakshatra relates to. Things you can't really see, way, way, way deep in the subconscious, right? So some people's motives might not really be clear here. People can actually be flexible here just as a means to whatever end they desire. The Thing about this energy though is that even if people take some seemingly destructive or seemingly evil actions, there's usually some sort of larger wholesome real reason involved in why they're doing what they're doing. The archetype of this energy here is that of a chief elder of an indigenous tribe. Some of you on your dates or in your relationships might find one of you being more like a counselor, more like that chief elder, giving wise, sage advice or wisdom to the people that you're with. It's a great day for meditation or for diving into deep topics or booking a reading with an astrologer. Now back to the title of this video. Venus, Mercury, Jupiter, conjunct. Conjunct meaning that all their energies are in alignment with each other, blending into like a united beam of energy pointing straight towards the earth. So what is Venus? Venus represents femininity, and femininity is all about happiness. It's all about pleasure, satisfaction, and joy. This is the Vedic viewpoint. And of course, beauty. Consciousness, aka us, well, if you're awake or aware as consciousness loves beauty. Whether that's natural beauty like flowers or physical beauty, like whatever you're attracted to, beautiful woman or whatever you're into, or created beauty like art. Venus is that which consciousness desires. It wants it. What about Mercury? Mercury is about exchange. It's this two-way street that allows us to engage with things. It's all about give and take. So we have this give and take dynamic, Mercury, combining with that which we desire on Valentine's Day. Very nice. So again, what does this mean for you? Well, this is good for romantic get-togethers, obviously. You could hear some good news on the 14th. I know for a fact some of you have been waiting for a change in your life. Good news could be headed your way on the 14th, or a day earlier, or a day later, if it's meant for you. Also on Valentine's Day, you could be really expressive with your emotions and your feelings, and this could be the day where you really have a knack for putting those words together on this day. So that means that this is also a really good day for negotiating things, planning events around desirable Venusian things that you want, or things that people generally enjoy or find luxurious or beautiful, right? Whether it's romantic in its nature or not. Now, to all you artists out there, this would be a beautiful day to create something new, because the desire to express your feelings would really be supported. Those of you that are already in relationships and those of you that are intentionally trying to meet new people will have really pleasant communications with these partners. Very benefic. Now, Mercury and Venus are some of the fastest moving planets in the sky, so this energy will be short-lived, right? For many of you, it's back to work on Monday, so if you hate your job, sorry. But we also have Mercury conjunct Jupiter, right? So let's talk about that. Jupiter is going to bring a sense of morality. It's also going to expand anything that it's involved in, wherever it goes in the chart or in the sky. It expands things, very expansive. And it's going to also bring the sense of optimism, wisdom, and positive growth. So Jupiter actually doubles down on the entire interpretation we gave earlier, that this is good for business, communication, negotiating, and making plans for the future, and also fulfilling that counseling type of role in the communications that you might be having. Jupiter is all about the bigger picture, right? And so this really supports what we talked about with the moon earlier, right? It's very supportive for learning and teaching new things. Now let's talk about the flip side, because there's always a flip side. This energy can be really easy when it comes to overlooking the little details or becoming too optimistic, right? Or just being too overstimulated by all of the things that are going on. The details of which side of the coin this will play out in your life, it all depends on your own chart, aka your own energy, right? Everyone's different. These things play out differently for each person. But overall, this energy is very supportive. One of the most supportive days, actually, of this otherwise very challenging month. So please, I encourage you, enjoy it, have fun, and make the best of it. Are there other energies at play? Absolutely. And I'm not going to talk about all of them. These are some of the most important ones, though. And I'll be keeping these videos short and sweet so that you guys get the main idea of what circumstances life can present, which you guys can then take and apply in your lives in the way that works best for you and your situation. It's all about how astrology can actually help you practically with proven techniques. Of course, if you might be curious and you want a deeper dive into your own energy and how the astrology of what's happening in the world today is affecting you, along with some ways that you can better address that, you can easily contact me. Now, availability for readings is currently open, links in the description below. And definitely feel free to leave a comment and subscribe so that we can keep in touch. And let me know how your Valentine's Day went. Peace.